to the live here, just pulling up something to help us here with this lesson today. And it's going to go off of the live that I did last night. So thanks for everybody that tuned into that one. This one and last night's live are just impromptu, totally not scheduled or anything at all. Normally I'll schedule these lives out, and I'll do like I'll do it through my mics, like my drum mics. Unfortunately, tonight's live is not through my drum mics. It's just through the iPhone audio, so apologies in advance, but hopefully it's not too crappy on your end. But I wanted to go over really quick here. Just somebody asked a question on last night's live: how do I stop playing the same things when I drum? Sorry if this light's blinding you. And so it's a really good question, and it's a really easy thing for drummers. I know that I struggled with playing the same things when I sat behind the drums, and sometimes I still feel like I'll sit behind the drums and I'm like, dude, I got to get away from that. And so this is a way that I kind of use to get away from that, and I hope that it can help you too. And so I just want to go over that, and I will show you also what I'm talking about here, so you can get an idea, because you'll hear it, but I'll show you. And I've talked about it several times before, just about Mike's lessons and GrooveScribe. And so what I'm going to do here is kind of give you an example of what I'm talking about. The cat's losing it. So right here, stop drumming the same. So for this example, I'm just going to give you, I always talk about the basic rock beat here. It just seems like it's the easiest to explain. And so I'm just going to dial it in here, and we're just going to do a measure of it. Because you can apply this and stretch it out to, you know, whatever you're doing. And so I just want to make this as concise as I can, because I know it's New Year's Eve and everybody's got plans. For the most part anyways. I don't, so so there's something like this is typically the rock beat you'll see, and this is in 16th note. Let me turn this up so you can hear it, but 75 beats per minute. And so maybe this is what you're playing behind the drums, maybe it's not, you know. I'm not saying that this is, and if it is, it's cool. If it's not, whatever you're playing, the point is you play a beat, and it could be that one. It could be the doom cuts, boom, boom, cuts. Or it could just be like, maybe you sit behind the kit and something you do is, whatever it is. I mean, you name it. Maybe it's a fill that you find yourself going back to. And so with this tool, and once you start thinking about this, and I kind of talked about it on last night's live, once you start thinking about it this way, it's really going to help you just with anything that you're coming up with, whether it be drum beats or drum fills. You know, maybe you're coming up with writing some songs with your band, or, you know, whatever it is, or maybe you're trying out for drum related stuff or recording, whatever it is. This is super helpful. And so if we were to go back to this beat that I just notated here in GrooveScribe, this is Mike Johnston's tool that he offers for free. I'm always talking it up on this channel. This beat, and I'll take that click out really quick for you, but it's just, you know, if we're counting it, 75 beats per minute, shows the tempo up there. Each hi-hat is 8th notes, you know, and so from there, because there's, like, if you look down here, I talked about it yesterday about numbers. We have a full measure here, and in this measure, we have 4, basically each one of these bubbles is a 16th note. So, you know, right there we have 8th note, and then down here, it's just, we have the 1st and the 3rd note. If it was the 1st and the 2nd note, this would be notated as 2 16th notes followed by 2 8th note rests, like if this wasn't here, right here. So let me just show you right here, right there. You know, 2 8th notes where it's just like da-da. You know, if this is how we're counting, da-da, followed by 2 eighth note rests. So it's just put that click track back on. Da-da. You know, if we're adding another 16th note to that, watch what happens. Da-da-da. And then so forth, you know. Da-da-da-da. And so if you start to think about drum parts this way, and drum, in this instance, this is a drum beat. Okay, so it's like we start off with eighth notes, and this is one of those things that you can really apply to anything. And so if it's too basic for you, just apply it to whatever you're playing, you know. Any little and if you have a more intricate beat, notate it out, because that's going to challenge you even more. And so I would encourage you to use tools like Mike's lessons, like Mike, his Groove Screw tool. And so if we have this beat, as you saw, I just changed, I notated the hi-hat. Something else we could do there, you know, if that was the first 2 eighth notes of that 4 16th note bubble area, let's just say, okay, what if I want to do just the second and third? It would be with a kick drum. So and then so applying that to the drums really, which actually you'd be playing the hi-hat with the snare, so. If you were to add that last note in there, you know, kick. Notated, it would look like this. Let me just show you as I notate it so you're not like left out here. Notating the last 16th note. So doing and then so all of a sudden your eighth note beat, gosh, I'm so sorry, I'm trying to get this camera to sit upright and it's like not cooperating. If you're doing this beat, it's an eighth note beat, and then you start manipulating like where those hi-hat hits are. Wherever, and you could do it multiple different ways. So that was the last 3. What if you were to do the first 2 in the 4th? So, and on the notation here in Groove Scribe, that would just look like this. So the first 2, take out the 3rd, first 2 in the 4th. And so just being able to think about musically like what everything looks like as you're playing it is going to help you out a lot. So with that, you know. And then so that's just the first 4 bars, you know, 16 notes. Like first, we have 4 16th note bubbles there. and so if you were to take that to the 2nd bar and the 3rd bar and the 4th bar, because this is just a measure fill, and then so take that and then apply it to whatever you're playing if it's more intricate. There's a light coming through here, a glare, sorry. The hi-hat raises. So we went from just that, or whatever the rock beat is, to, and all I did right there was add 4 16th notes to the 2nd beat of that full measure beat. So, you know, we have 16 notes. We're just plugging that in. So, lots of tabs open, I know. I'm working on a lot of stuff here. Got a video going up Saturday. But if you're finding this helpful and useful, I'm hoping that you're able to apply this, because I talk about the basic rock beat a lot, because the people that watch my videos like range between beginner and you know, more intermediate or advanced or whatever. And so I have to like, I'm still learning, and so I'm not like, I feel like I'm more intermediate, but my videos range because some of the stuff is like super, you know, beginner friendly, and then other stuff is a little more advanced, and so I have to cater to both of those, and so um, sometimes I get like comments where people who maybe have been drumming for a really long time are like, duh, like this is, you know, evident, or everybody should know this, and not everybody does. So some of the videos that go up, you know, if you're more advanced and you're like, this is elementary, I know this, like, chill out. There's people that don't, and so that's like the point of these videos. And so this thing, you could apply it to anything. So if we have that full bar of the rock beat, you know, start adding those other things in there. I mean, like hi-hat raises. Oh, all of a sudden there at the end of that beat, we did a mixed subdivision where it was. And so, like, it's where you can kind of go from just doing these things where you're doing just, you know, 2 16th notes, followed by, you know, a rest and a 16th note rest or whatever it may be. You can just do a bunch of really cool things with this. And so, taking that beat even further with hi-hat raises and mixed subdivisions. Like doing those different things there, it's going to help you out with your drumming. And so if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell notification so that way you're notified every single time we upload a video here. But if you you know, want to get better with your drumming, check out in the link below. There's a few links actually. If you want to take a lesson with me, click that link and we'll get you we'll get you, you know, whatever you're struggling with on the drums. I want to help you there. But also there are some courses below, whether you're struggling with creativity, as we just kind of talked about, speed, maybe motivation, in the link below also, or in the description below also, there's a link to a few of my courses or taking a live lesson with me. But until next time,